Sunday, July 9th officially marks my 100 days in office. That's 100 days since I started here as your senior pastor at Winterberry Union Church. Now, this master plan video is going to recap what we've accomplished in that first 100 days. Now, many of the things that we've been doing at this church in the first 100 days here have been happening behind the scenes. So at this point, everything that we've really been doing is like a big chess match. We're simply putting all of the pieces in place, moving our pawn here or our knight over here. Everything we've been doing over the past 100 days is laying the foundation specifically for October. Everything we're doing over the next 100 days will also be laying the foundation for October. Everything is about October. Remember that month, October, October, October. In this video, we're going to be talking about all the chess moves that we've been putting in place to prepare this church for October. A few of these moves that you've likely noticed, but many of the moves you probably have not noticed because they've been behind the scenes. So what exactly have we been doing the past 100 days? The first and most obvious are these master plan videos. With a new pastor coming into the church, people want to know, well, where's this new guy leading us to? The master plan videos have been made with the intention of communicating that master plan. Some of the ideas presented in the master plan videos have already been implemented. Other ideas have yet to be implemented, and other ideas are just ideas that are floating out there somewhere. They may or may not, happen. The next most obvious thing is that we put in new projectors in the sanctuary. From the comments I've heard, it's fair to say that most people had no idea. They did not realize how much the new projectors would completely transform our worship experience. The projectors have made our worship service far more colorful, engaging, and dynamic. Everyone can see the results of the new projectors. What people do not see are the countless hours that many people from our church spent behind the scenes researching, meeting with contractors for bids, and upgrading our computer software to go along with these new projectors. And many hours from people were dedicated making this happen in just a short time frame. We've also made some minor changes to the worship stage area, and more minor changes are coming. These changes have helped clean up all the cords that were running across the stage. It brings the band closer together and makes them more of a cohesive unit, and simply makes the stage more aesthetically pleasing, both for the people in the sanctuary and especially for the people live streaming the service. We've also made some changes to the narthex, which is a fancy word for entrance to the church. We're preparing for growth, so we simply do not have the room for the people to gather before or after church. One of the two tables that were in the narthex was removed. Two high-top tables and 4 soft, comfortable chairs now sit along the perimeter of that same space. Plus, we've also added 2 tables in the back of the sanctuary. All of these changes provide room for traffic flow and gathering. It also provides ample room to sit down. In fact, with the chairs at the entrance and the 2 tables in the back of the sanctuary, we have even more opportunity to sit down, while at the same time creating even more space for an open traffic flow and gathering space for people. Speaking of church growth, in the month of June, we averaged about 90 people in worship. This was a big number for June, especially when compared to the past few years. Now, for some more of the actual behind the scenes work, we've seen the table come down in the narthex area, we've seen the projectors come up, but what about the behind the scenes work? Well, we've been revisioning our Stevens ministry here at the church. The Stevens ministers will always embody their original intent. but we're now adding dynamic roles to enhance our church. The main new role the Stephen ministers will have is that of a host, or at least those Stephen ministers who want to participate in this. As a host on Sunday morning, the Stephen ministers will function between the greeter and the usher. The greeter is chained to the front door, so they can only really greet a person for about 30 seconds until the person walks inside. Likewise, the ushers are locked at the entrance of the sanctuary, plus they have other ushering duties to focus on. They also function as a second layer of greeting. So we have the greeter at the door, the ushers, kind of a second layer of greeting. But again, those second layer ushers are limited with their contact to the visitors. By adding now a third leader that we're calling the host, we can give our visitors more intentional quality time. Hosts can show the visitor around the church and give them a tour of the different areas. The host can introduce the visitors to Miss Chris and Pastor Brad, myself. They can engage the visitor in longer term conversations, asking them what brought them to church today and just getting to know them on a deeper level. They can get contact information from the visitor. They can explain what is going to happen in worship and even sit with them during worship and explain to them the different elements or guide them through if they have any questions. The Stephen ministers are also hard at work behind the scenes, making gift bags to give to the visitors. These gift bags will have information about our church as well as a gift. We're working on getting coffee travel mugs with the church logo to give to the visitors. The plan is to buy the mugs at a bulk discount and then sell the travel mugs first to our church members at full retail price. The sale of the coffee mugs to the members will help cover the cost of the mugs that we'll give away for free to the visitors. Another thing that's been happening behind the scenes is that we've purchased a new church management software system. In the business world, we call this a CRM. Like the projectors, many hours have been spent by many people behind the scenes researching and purchasing this system. Right now, many more hours are going into data input and setting up this new software system. It's quite extensive and it's a large project. But this will revolutionize how this church functions. The software will manage our members so we can help prevent members from falling through the cracks. The software will help manage and organize our ministry and administrative teams. It even has a function to help plan and organize the worship service itself. As we receive new visitors every Sunday morning, this software will help track the visitors, much like any business tracks new potential customers. We'll have a follow-up plan for the visitors, and the software will help us manage that follow-up plan. We've already begun making changes to our website, but this is only the beginning edge, these small changes we've made to our website. Our website is about to go into a major overhaul with content, navigation, and appearance. Additions such as a plan your visit page will bring more detailed information about our church and help the visitor guide their way and prepare themselves for their first visit to our actual church facility. Over the past 100 days, we've also been making some meaningful connections with the preschool. I've been videotaping myself reading through the beginner's Bible. That's actually why I'm dressed like this. I'm reading the Bible right now, and I'm taking a break to make this video right now. The Bible is designed for children 2 to 6 years old, and every Friday through the school year, each preschool family will receive an email and a link to the new video. The parents can sit and watch each week and hear a new Bible story from Pastor Brad. If they watch all the videos throughout the year, then they would have read through the entire children's Bible from Genesis to Revelation. They would also have the opportunity to get to know the pastor through watching the pastor of the church on the videos. This will also help break down the barriers to visiting the church. I'm also planning a new Bible study this fall. The Bible study will focus on women of the Bible, and it will be timed right after the children are dropped off for preschool. And this will give parents a chance to stay for the Bible study. Of course, church members are invited to attend, but the main hope is that we can draw in some of those preschool parents to the Bible study. We're also planning to have the last 4 weeks of October be focused on children during our worship service. We'll have all kinds of fun activities and some crazy stunts that will help draw in these preschool families. Also, behind the scenes, the marketing team has been hard at work these past 100 days, working on a major marketing plan that will be implemented in the fall. We hope to invest significant funds towards an aggressive marketing campaign that will include social media as well as more traditional forms of marketing. This marketing campaign will run from the beginning of the school year through Christmas. And a final piece of the puzzle that we've been working on behind the scenes is the beginning of an O&A process. Our church recently took a vote to gauge if we felt we were ready to begin the process. The members of this congregation overwhelmingly voted in favor of beginning the O&A process. Well, there is a couple of days left to vote in a 2-week period that we've dedicated to it. Overwhelmingly, everyone voted for the process. In fact, to this point, only 2 people in the entire congregation felt that we were not ready to begin the process. This process will be integrated into our church life throughout the fall and promises to bring a great deal of energy and excitement to our congregation. Other things that have happened over the past 100 days has been the resurfacing of the parking lot, cleaning out clutter from both inside and outside the church and in our storage unit, cleaning sidewalks, rebuilding benches, building the arbor, a major project, improving the safety of our campus. Just take a moment to absorb all that has happened in just the past 100 days. I didn't even mention some of the stuff that I've been doing outside the church, like joining Rotary and becoming more involved with the Windermere community. I've already done the invocation prayer for the major Memorial Day event that happened in downtown Windermere. All this stuff has happened just in the past 100 days. Now realize that all this work is nothing more than placing chess pieces into place. The major focus is October. Everything we've done over the past 100 days has been simply background work, laying the foundation in the infrastructure for October. Now try to vision what October might look like. New screens in the sanctuary, a cleaner look on our stage, more open traffic flow. When visitors walk through those front doors, they'll engage a host who will give them a gift bag and navigate them through the uncomfortable process of walking into a new church. How will these new visitors hear about us? They'll hear about us because of our aggressive marketing campaign this fall. Then they will learn even more about us as the marketing campaign drives them to our website and social media platforms that will be newly redesigned. Families from our preschool will be engaged with the pastor through Bible videos and Bible study. All of the fun, crazy events that we're planning in October will help entice these preschool families to try our church during the month of October. Think of all that we've accomplished in just 100 days. Think about how all these moving parts work together as part of a larger master plan. And then think, the next 100 days between now and October 17th. Imagine how much more we can accomplish even in the next 100 days. And then imagine how combined these 200 days of putting chess pieces into place can impact our church in October. we have accomplished a great deal in 100 days, but we have a long way to go. How will you step up and participate in the life of the church?